have habits just like me. Talk too much with strangers. Get way too serious around family. And I don't have any wishes, but when I kiss you, our lips fit well. And I don't have expectations, but when I daydream, I fall asleep. And our hands melt. It started out as teasing, but I had deeper meaning when I touched your chest. Now I don't know how to lie, but if I did,
welcome all back to another fantastic day of Collegiate League of Legends, or evening, I should say. I'm Ralph Raps with Ratchman Internet. To Valorant. It's to Valorant.
Great start.
Not that one. You know what?
Wrong Riot title. That's okay. At least, yeah, we got another Riot title for you. It's Collegiate Valorant. You guys are in the right spot. Don't worry about it. Look, in Ravish's defense, our producers were playing League and streaming it to us mere minutes ago. So now we're here. We got some Valorant for all you fine folks. And we're into playoffs, Ravish. It's going to be a great time.
Yippee, wahoo, playoff time. Now, who lives, who dies? Time to find out. Well, I mean, who move on to the bracket and represent their school well as much and as best as they possibly can? These wonderful gauntlets of the Riot games that they presented to us. I'm excited to be here, Paul. Are you excited about the teams that we have today as well?
Oh, yeah, no. We got Winthrop Academy Garnet versus Charlotte Esports, the Battle of the Carolinas. We got North Carolina and Charlotte Esports versus South Carolina in Winthrop Academy Garnet. So, I mean, bragging rights across state lines. What more could you ask for in a round one playoff game?
That's what I'm saying, exactly, right? Because you want to prove that who's the better state, who's really got it, who don't, who's taller, who, who's better. Simply as that, right? It's just all things that can necessarily prove to yourself. Because I would think about, if we were doing state lines, if back on the playground, we would settle things through manhunt or tag, but today we settle them, on maps, on Haven, on Bind, on Split, on Abyss.
Which actually brings us to an interesting point for this series. We got two great teams. We're going to take a look at our rosters first and foremost, so to get you all familiar with these two teams. But the thing that really interested me about these two teams is that I was looking through their results over the course of the 7 rounds of the regular season, and these guys have been everywhere in terms of maps. They've played so many different maps, both these teams. It's no Abyss, everything else is on the table. So I'm really interested to see what we get tonight from Garnet and Charlotte.
Exactly. It should be really interesting, mad cool as well as we hop into the game in just a little bit, right? What we have because it picks and bans and so on, right? But as I was talking about before, let's talk a bit about the actual teams that we have here in front of us today, right? As we're talking about from Winthrop, right? We got Case, Skypoof, Hollywood, Echo, and Neat. On the other end, for Charlotte, we got Fuzzy, Set, See, Pichu, Ruda, and Jay.
Pichu. I would assume it's Pichu. I mean, that's what I gotta go with, right? If it's not,
exactly.
Somebody tell us we're wrong, as we often are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
cool.
Pichu and C's. Yeah, and Ruda and Jay. Yeah, if we are, I'm sure we'll find out eventually. But nonetheless, bear in mind we're doing our best. We're just two young men trying to make our way through the world. We're sorry about all that. Thank you.
Man. If this is our best, then we gotta start stepping it up a little bit, Ravish. we gotta start the improvement a little bit. I mean, we opened with the wrong game, for crying out loud.
Wait, hold on. Just because the start wasn't ideal doesn't mean things can't go up, right?
That's true.
Exactly. Because if we set a floor, that means only room to build from there. And I don't know about you, but my middle name is Bob for a reason, because I'm a builder.
I don't believe that your middle name is Bob. I don't believe that.
You don't think an Indian man's name is Bob?
Where's
My name is Ravish Bob.
Oh man.
Hey, that's okay, man. But nonetheless, so like you were saying, we should have a diversity map between these two teams, though, and nonetheless, because we are in the playoffs, though, Paul, right? I imagine for both these guys, stakes are high, right? We've been seeing quite intensity throughout these games so far. So let's talk a bit about the stakes that we have heading to the playoffs as well.
Well, it is double elimination here, so even if you lose this very first game, you're not completely out of the running, but then you got to make it through a pretty tough lower bracket. There's a lot of really good teams. We are in Division 2, folks. This is the East playoffs for Division 2, so East A and East B now clashing head-to-head. Garnet and Charlotte actually finished with the exact same record, too. They both finished 5-2. Now, in Garnet's case, that got them a 2nd seed. In Charlotte's, that got them a 3rd, which is why they're playing against each other here in the very first round. But the way in which these teams lost was somewhat interesting to me. Garnet, their most legitimate loss was their first one versus Fisher. I mean, Fisher's an excellent team. They have a ton of excellent different teams. And it was a very close one. 2 overtime maps, 14-12 and then 12-14 to lose a 3-map series. Absolutely nail-biting. Their second loss versus, I believe it was, Temple Esports Cherry. That one I had to take a little bit of a closer look at. That one, I did notice that they had their coach subbed into the roster. Still a 3-map series, still close in some regards, but ended up being not so close toward the end of the series. So I'm hoping we see Garnet's full roster here tonight, because then I think they'll really make a splash.
That's the ideal part, right? Because they've had a couple of unlucky instances for sure too, especially considering if we're looking at like Winthrop as well as a whole in terms of systems, right? We can speak praises about their 18 of the sorts, right, where they managed to make a decent run all the way through challengers, make it to Ascension nonetheless. I believe the first collegiate team, in fact, to make it to Ascension. So I imagine in terms of scrims, they must have a wealth of knowledge, experience, and also plans that can actually help raise them up, especially considering that is what happens a lot in the collegiate system, especially when you have an A team and a B team. Lots of scrims, 5v5s, a much better way to be able to just elevate the overall levels of players within the kind of cube that you have of people surrounding your collegiate squad. But nonetheless, though, we'll wait to see where we're going in just a little bit, though, Paul. For now, we can take a minute to breathe, just bask in what's in front of us in terms of collegiate Valorant.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great. I'm excited.
No, and I'm excited. I'm also excited. We can talk about Garnet kind of all day because of like that pedigree that their program just has. Winthrop, not even just in Valorant, across a ton of different esports titles, always doing phenomenally there. So it's no surprise that their academy team is up to snuff. But I am also very interested to see Charlotte Esports tonight, a team I know admittedly a lot less about, but a team that seems to pick some very interesting maps. They were like, don't get me wrong, Garnet has played a lot of different maps, but Charlotte has just played, I think, literally everything, even Abyss once, throughout the entire season. And collegiate, that's somewhat rare. Teams really like to have their perma bans, this one map, these 2 maps we just never ever play. So I'm excited to see what we end up on. But it seems like teams aren't quite ready yet, so we're going to go to a quick break here, folks. We're going to be back in just a minute with this very first playoff game. Stick around. We'll see you in a sec.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome on back. We're having a good time. Sorry about the break, but we should be okay to go now. So, Paul, feeling good? Feeling ready?
Oh yeah, oh, he's gone. Well, I was feeling good up until a second ago. Oh well, then we got our map pool here, folks. I'll carry on in Ravish's frozenness. Corrode, Haven, and Bind. I'm really interested in this map pool, folks, because Corrode is a map that gets left up by both of these. I can't focus on the Ravish like that. And my producer laughing in my ear. Corrode is a map that both these teams leave up. Charlotte picks into it very often. Winthrop has let it through, but they've had some mixed success on Corrode in the past. Against teams they've beat, Corrode usually isn't an issue, but the couple of times that Winthrop lost, Corrode was a massive and glaring flaw against teams that were better on them. So it's very often the case for Winthrop, at least in NECC. Their success on Corrode sort of dictates their success throughout the rest of the series. So I'll be interested to see how this first map plays out. If Winthrop win there, I think it's a very safe series for them. If they don't, suddenly, it becomes much more open and up in the air because both these teams really like Haven. I mean, who doesn't like Haven at this point? And both these teams like Bind. So if we get all the way to map 3, it really becomes anyone's oyster. Not Ravish's oyster, apparently. But any of the actual 2 teams playing. God, he looks so concerned. He looks so concerned. Hopefully my co-caster will be back in a minute. Either way, we're going to soldier on, folks. The match is just about ready, so we're going to start off on Corrode. I'm interested to see, too, what comps these 2 teams have been playing, because that is not easily determined when it comes to Corrode. It can be very much up and down. Oh, and now Ravish has officially... Oh, okay. Ravish will be back in a minute. At least I've gotten that confirmed. Internet rebooting. Yeah, it happens, folks. This is live on air, right? You know, this thing's going to happen. All right. Oh! I've got him in Discord. Now we just need to see. Drum roll, please. Brrr, I'm not going to do an actual drum roll, but yeah. Oh!
All right.
Coming at you live, folks. This is what you get with live production. Hey, love to see it. Ravish, can they at least hear him? Okay. I don't think they can hear you.
Okay, that's okay. Hold on.
Because Adam... Oh, what? You're good. We at least have audio, Ravish. I believe in you.
It will not let me reconnect with my actual camera. But
that's fine. We need to get into the map anyways, Ravish. It's Corrode.
You're not going to see me. That's okay. We can talk about the Asians. We can just look at a square.
Whoa. Can we talk about the agents? What is going on for Winthrop? The Phoenix? The Phoenix Waylay is fascinating. Only the Chamber as a Sentinel. I mean, Chamber is an excellent Sentinel here. You get the Tour de Force extra operators to try and hold mid and a lot of really long angles. So I like the Chamber in general. That being your only Sentinel can be a bit difficult, though. The Vice is really going to have a lot to play with. It will be Charlotte starting off on the defense, too. They're bringing, I'd say, a more standard composition, Ravish.
At least on their end. But nonetheless, for Corrode, I find that was the kind of, I want to say, marker of this map as teams that constantly try to innovate what they could do. You know, we saw double initiator, we saw double sensi, we saw, you know, naturally double duelist for teams who could play it. But I think with initiator is falling out of favor in terms of the meta, I think double duelist seems to be the way that people should want to go. But double sensi isn't too bad as we, you know, Hollywood takes out one of the sensis. Nate all the way playing at the back. Spawn looking to get a cheeky pick if he could. Jumps away and gives with the space down mid, allowing Charlotte Esports to have control and no aim of Winthrop to get on site yet.
Really interesting that Winthrop, yeah, they got a pick over in B, but the rest of Winthrop was already rotating They were planning on just leaving Hollywood there as sort of a fake, but it didn't actually pull the rotates. Now one player is finally rotating around to cover the mid hole, but it's still a lot ready to assist with this A defense. If Jay gets one at the start here, no, okay, has to back away. Now things look good for Winthrop.
Heading a little bit from their side. Oh, okay, nice. A really positive start as well as they managed to take one back. But here's the thing, still 3v2. Winthrop right now playing on the attack side. Line up for Ruda. Easy 4K. He gets gifted.
Yeah, an odd pistol strategy there. It seemed like it was something that Winthrop had rehearsed, like having Hollywood enter onto the B site and then just kind of ignoring Hollywood, hoping that buys, like, pulls a lot of rotates. But Hollywood had some early success. I think Winthrop could have stood to stick around just a little bit longer to see if Hollywood gets that initial pick. Either way, though, it's just the pistol. Charlotte do get quite a bit off it, though. Fuzzy already onto the Vandal.
Not a bad start, though. I mean, obviously, considering S4K should be able to, like you're saying, like, buy up quite a decent bit for whoever. Nice little hero rifle to start off. And as well, just spam down through mid. And oh! A little bit off the marker. Skypoof punishes Jay. Now, Bang will take it as well, too, as we get a Russian for the Waylay. No spike to be put down just yet, but space made at least on B. And they actually back off, leaving the Omen in as they walk in as 3 to take the site.
Oh, this cross though. Yeah, nice high-low from Fuzzy and Ruda. That's just, I mean, that's just textbook right there, the way they isolate those fights. Really nicely done. All right, it wasn't Ruda, actually. It was Pichu. Yeah, Pichu and Fuzzy do a phenomenal job there.
Yeah, really well done from them, gotta say. Impressed by at least that the 4K also given over to, once again, to Fuzzy just cleaning up all these kills. So, the 2 4Ks in a row, but naturally about to happen as you have a Vandal on your side. And now, again, the buy actually doesn't look too terrible from Charlotte.
Well, and keep in mind, because they're running the Phoenix, they are going to have the run it back. They've just been farming the B orbs and funneling those into case. So this is a round where theoretically they should be rather strong in. But we also need to see those run it backs get a lot of value. With a Phoenix Waylay, this is an attack-sided comp from Winthrop. Charlotte's is much more flexible. Winthrop need to start putting rounds up now, or I'm very worried about their defense.
Exactly, because defensively, Winthrop is just hoping to just like rush at them pretty much, and rush they sell. Skypoof with the first off, taking out the Viper, and again they go right onto B. But it's about the defense of who they can actually match to find. Case take it away, so the ult gets small bits of information on what's happening to the extremities, but it's still a 3v4. 4v5.
4v5, much better guns. Really, it's on to Fuzzy. This cross is going to be very hard to break, though. Yeah, I mean, there's 3 players all watching this angle, and the best gun is completely locked out for Charlotte.
I have to take one more, though. Easy angle as well. Spray taken, and no one being able to check the 1-by-1. Echo, along with the rest of his team, just able to eliminate Charlotte as he tries to at least get one pick off by the end, but not going to happen. A loss at all. A flawless Winthrop at the gun round.
Post plant, I mean, was pretty... I mean, flawless is a great way to put that round. It was really just a textbook round. Nice, easy execute. They follow to run it back in. The Haunt catches Pichu, who's trying to hide in a cheeky corner, and now you know about that corner for the rest of this. That same lineup won't work very well for Pichu. Not only that, but then the post-plant positions were excellent. 3 players playing on a cross, 1 flexing over to assist onto the site if need be for connector from mid. Just really clean from Winthrop. They don't drop a single gun, and now their economy can really start to bolster.
Exactly that. Now, what matters is Charlotte can actually manage to contend against them. Perhaps slow them down. Like you were mentioning, the attack side needs to be the strongest. The spray is clean, but taken away. And Jay's on the other side with the Odin. Sprays through the choke. And removes 2 more as an option. A rough start as well given over from Winthrop, as you were saying. They need to run things up now, and it's getting tougher by the second.
Yeah, I mean, this round is practically over unless NECC comes up with some heroics here. Winthrop, the game plan 2 rounds in a row. Just kind of waterfalling out toward the side, a full big execute, but this time there's 3 players lying in wait. The forward position there by the Neon really catches them off guard, even with the Prowler, which I thought was well done. The problem is they try and go for the spam, and to a degree it's successful, but it's not as successful as Odin spam.
And that's the tough part, is that they've now given away positions. And they saw where one was, not second where Jay is, and yet stuck in their own 1v1s. Unfortunately, Winthrop will not be able to come out on top. Charlotte looked fantastic on the defensive side.
Success thus far has been determined in the first few seconds of the round for Winthrop Academy. We'll see if they can show us any more diversity in their looks. It is still early days here. They still have economy, but they really can't afford to lose this round. Otherwise, they'll be back to an eco, and they'll start ping-ponging their eco, and it'll just be a nightmare.
And we've seen a lot of these games before where it is both ping and pong, but unfortunately, mainly for one side. Hollywood again making space for his team, but first in and first out as well. No one there to follow up. Utah doesn't be darned, but Case instead, as the team's back, managed to find two between the fast lane.
Good pace from the rest of Winthrop. I mean, the fact that they were able to get up there to trade out the Waylay, who had gone so far forward. Now, Jay is able to hold on to the backside, so this is still tough. 2v3. Winthrop have to try and contend with the backside Odin while also keeping an eye on the periphery.
I mean, if they can, that is the question, though. Ooh, a small peak, unfortunately, does not go in this direction. A 3v1, slowly but surely, Winthrop, unfortunately, lose sight of the round. But Case, again, doing everything for his team as much as he can. The Molly doing enough to slow them down, but for now, that'll have to be him just spamming forward. The Odin there protecting his sideline up to half. His Pichu, and a spam, and ace for Case. Disgusting from him.
Absolutely unreal that Case is able to pull that back. Grasping victory from the jaws of defeat, truly. That was simply unreal. I thought the second that Pichu was on the half stick, there was simply no way that was going to win. But a little bit of luck on the headshot, and then holding the ground nicely. Jay knows that, I mean, the plan there had to have been for Charlotte. One player goes for the defuse, the Odin goes for the spam. But the fact that Case has the Phantom, is able to spam through the smokes without revealing the tracers, means that Charlotte lost their nerve a little bit.
Rough start, but Case again saves his team, keeps them in the game, and allows them to also snowball forward, yeah. But Hollywood managed to find the entry, and C's now next to try to save them if they can. Wow. Unfortunate timing for that, though. Odin taken away, but C's this time. Then Exulis to try to step up, but Case, so disgusting with these shots. His fans spraying on all cylinders and out, leaving them in a 2v2.
Case still has both curveballs. Pichu has to be very careful on the positioning here. If you get caught by a flash, it's over.
There's the flash. I guess second flash doesn't come out too. Puts out the snake bite to take away Skypoof, his dying action. But leaving just Case alone, and Fuzzy holding the angle. A close nail biter of a round.
Dude, these are fast rounds determined by one player's decisions every single time. That time it was C's. C's realizing that Hollywood was going for that same run back through the middle of the map. Not run it back, but run back for the same round. The Waylay going through the middle of the map. And then the rest of the team would be close behind. C's able to assassinate the spike carrier, force Winthrop back. If Winthrop are able to get away clean there, they just bulldoze the A site rather, and the round is completely over.
You want to play?
But C's does such a phenomenal job, and then Fuzzy holding the line at the very end for the clutch. Absolutely unreal. Now Winthrop, Garnet, they're back to just an eco. Tour de force, at least for it.
The pigs seem to be, aiming across the B side as well. Likely going to be the Waylay looking to move in, open up the space. But those thorns can definitely be exactly that. A deterrent to force them to not make themselves in. And there we go. Hollywood waits at the util. Allows himself to move off. Oh, no way. He doesn't see him, bro. That is tragic.
Skyproof sneaking in there. I mean, now you can establish this tour de force so deep into the defender position. I mean, it has to be Rhoda, but Rhoda's going to swing out the smoke. People are already there and waiting. Hang on, this is a winnable round.
Yes, suddenly what was look a little bit desolate. He's pushing them forward. It's little by little. Winthrop. Yeah, he could actually use that to just scope around and find the rest of the two that are looking on the site. Easy, spots the arm. C's gone. And brother has a judge. What are you gonna do, man?
I mean, just absolutely nothing. Look, Fuzzy is already going for the save.
Yeah. I would not save the judge personally.
These players are so eager to fight. We've seen so many dry swings out of smokes by so many different players. But the timings, I mean, are really up and down. I mean, look at this. You don't have to hunt the judge, guys.
Hold on. Hold on, bro. What are we doing? Guys, what are we cooking? No way. He gets 4. This round somehow became winnable. And he got a clutch, but he still died from it. That's
There's just
insane.
no time. Yeah. I mean, and Winthrop don't have to go to fight Pichu, but they're so eager to punch the other team in the face. That's what I'm talking about. Ruda did the same thing in that round, right? Was like trying to go for the insane timing out the smoke, like from elbow and coming back and like disrupting Winthrop, but like nobody's there. There's no util. You're going against who knows how many players. It's insane, Charlotte and Winthrop. The fights these guys are taking, I love it.
And because that, they've unfortunately forsaken their economy. Because where they're at points where if they lose this round, right, they cannot buy again. They'll be stuck on a save, which should not be happening, but you're gonna save, so that's what we currently have in front of us. For Charlotte, Pichu tried his damnedest, just like slow them down, but Util and Sheriffs are all they have left. There's a running back we were talking about last round. Let's go up what the rest of the team is. And with 4, and let's try for a retake here. Fuzzy gets 2. So there's a lot more doable, but a 2v2 now left here. Charlotte Esports are making this possible. And it's Echo and Jay. He has Bucky. No way, no way. This is so perfect. Jump spot peek, and he has it.
What are these rounds, man? No way. The third run it back for Winthrop gets them the entire site, and then Fuzzy, who just ducked up in heaven, gets 2, cracks the round open, and Jay sneaks in with the Bucky? The Bucky of all things? That's, I mean, that's just nuts. And the shots these guys are hitting are sick. Like Ruda's shot onto Case with the Sheriff, that was nasty, man.
Dude. This is awesome. It's just so fun. Like, cause I find that a lot of these adverse rounds that you'll find collegiate teams play for either a slight retake or maybe just play for exit if they lose the first 2 of the round. But for Charlotte, it matters not. They're trying to run it in and see what they can get. And same case, Skypoof gone. Unfortunate start, but I know that won't deter Winthrop.
Oh. I mean, this Odin is just disgusting. This is the only thing I don't like about Corrode is the Odin in mid. I mean, it feels unbeatable. Look how far away you can be.
Yeah, it's either that or it's an op ang as well too, right? Like you're saying, but it's just so open and really rough that we just have to commit a smoke to it almost every time. But even then, Paper Mache Walls and Jay does actually see the cross as he doesn't really have quite the pixel angle he's looking for. So
this hole has been called though. Fuzzy is looking for it. You can tell by how passively and safely Fuzzy is playing on these angles. So Winthrop are going to get completely pinched in when they decide to go for this. Unless they spot Jay.
I don't believe they have to see one. A second there, Jay. Nice transfer. Pushing Charlotte to 6.5.
With the rotate, I thought Winthrop had kind of read it out, like, hey, we went around, we didn't find the A anchor. Surely they've got to be chilling in, like, close elbow. But it seems none the wiser that Jay was actually playing in that corner.
Yeah, I mean, he was just so tucked back in, hoping to see if he could catch anybody looking to move across. And I found we've had a couple of moments, right, where, you know, for example, I know Jay has had his moment where he did the chamber cross and got taken out for it. So, you know, we do a little bit of silliness in this game. Both teams, actually.
I would agree. Oh, Jay. I mean, little bit of silliness.
We said, with Jay taken away, they have full reign to just run into A. That's just Fuzzy to try and stop them, but he is spotted with the Prowler. Paranoia and Flash will do nothing. Overwhelmed by Util, a quick round from Winthrop to push things back in their favor. They should be able to do so, but with these two teams, you never truly know.
I mean, it's all on Pichu here. Pichu has to crack through
Last
this
player
corner.
standing.
Never mind.
And no, Hollywood has it on lock. There's nothing that the op is going to be able to do here. I'm honestly surprised that C's is still going forward. I would have
he got
thought
his
to go
one.
for a save on the operator there. I mean, that's going to be tossed over to Skyproof, surely. I mean, the dudes on Chamber, clearly they're cool with an attack op, right?
And as you're mentioning, easy attack off start. And now from here, what I'm expecting to see is I'm thinking they try to maybe challenge the Odin if they can mid, especially with an op that they have. Is Asmon, Bot, and Pichu is again here with the judge, but they do have 4 ults this round, so we'll see which ones they try to invest off rip.
Yeah, and actually, the Odin can't even be afforded. We've been so back and forth between these teams that
You're right.
Charlotte, despite being in the lead, they don't quite have the economy to bolster themselves there. They actually could be on an eco for the last round of the half if they're not careful here.
Exactly.
I like the Viper's Pit early, just forcing Winthrop to consider other angles of the map, and the early push out deep into mid so that C's has just the utmost control. The map is Charlotte's right now.
Yeah, 3 of them are going to stuck on B main, waiting to see if the rest of Winthrop like to push out. I guess they do them. The dog actually doesn't actually manage to find Pichu either. So, and the scope up from Hollywood, I believe, caught an inkling as to where he was, so he was repositioned, but Ruda taken away. Neat. Rotating all the way back through spawn will allow mid to be more of an option, but there is still C's waiting in the corner. They see him. Nah.
Oh, it's a double cheeky corner too, with the toxic screen going up here. Winthrop aren't going to play through the toxic screen though, so they'll still have to clear this corner. It's just a matter of how much C's can get.
Gets his one. Almost a second though, but gets slowed down. Spike is dropped at least, so they should know that by this point that they're going to probably rotate through mid to get into B.
He is still a difficult site to get into though. Nice angle being held by Skyproof, but he couldn't quite hit it. That was the shot he needed to hit.
Oh, that means because the pit would have dropped, the site would have been open, not Pichu has a chance to take things back. They still can't safely plant here. But Pichu out here with the judge, still gets his one, but just the one. Luckily, Hollywood there for the trade. They have 14 seconds, and they have to get the plant down now as they do, leaving Fuzzy in a 1v3. He's done this before, he's gotten 2 nasty shots, but he has to clear them out one by one. Nah, will not be able to.
Unreal discipline there from Winthrop Academy
Last
to
round in the half.
really read the map that they had no right finding a way into that round. Once there was such deep control in B, mid, once B shouldn't have even been an option because of the Viper's Pit, but they use everything to check that pit, and then they try and clear back through mid. Just a beautiful find from Neat onto Ruda, who was holding a little bit too wide of an angle. Honestly, should have been playing to trade off of C's and deal a little bit more damage, but was out taking that first hit, trying to bait for C's to get a multi-kill. Didn't work out that way, and now Charlotte, I mean, they don't have a healthy economy, and there's a lot of ults that can be just thrown at A.
Face your fear!
Exactly, and not with that. Ooh, the flash setup as well from Fuzzy. Allowing for himself, Hollywood now gone. But Skyproof manages to take back the angles, but sees the damage previously with an overdrive. But this time, up against a budget buy. Charlotte are being overwhelmed, but so still a 4v3. They have some options. How are they keep bringing this back? This is crazy. No way. Another one, bro. They just keep on going back and forth to the 2v2 now left.
Winthrop just feels stuck here, though. They don't have a comfortable way on the site, and now they're caught in the C's.
They just didn't rotate.
That's tough. I mean, there was nowhere to rotate there, right?
Also true,
Like,
yeah.
like that's the problem with being over in elbow on A. Like, you don't have a good way onto the site. You don't have a good way out back the way you came. There's nowhere safe if you get stuck there. Unbelievable pinch. And I mean, Charlotte, what judge abusers on their defense, dude? These guys are using the Odin, they use the judge. Like, what kind of weapons are we getting in our hands? And no, what happened to good old-fashioned rifles? Unreal. Great defense from Charlotte, all things considered. Get a slight lead, which is exactly what they want, considering Winthrop now have to play this comp on defense. They're going to be forced to play very aggressively, which it's not like it's bad on Corrode necessarily, but it can go awry very quickly. I mean, look at this. They have a 4-stack on A to try and push out into noise.
Yeah, just full gamble stack, hoping to catch them early, peeking the angle. But this time, though, they'll will not as he fall into it. Will go down. Fuzzy takes down the only defender on B, giving them a free sight. And Peach looking to fight up forward, seeing the rest of the team here. Call for reinforcements, will not be able to get the rest of them. Does good damage though.
Yeah.
So, Winthrop.
I mean, gets one and nearly gets another. That's huge. Now you know where they're coming from too. And you can hear them through mid. Nice positioning by Fuzzy to hear them running through mid. Now Fuzzy's going to go for the flank, and C's is just going to annoy them as they try and tiptoe. Oh, I mean, it's nasty.
I mean, Fuzzy just, like you're saying, that flank working out so good for themselves and Fuzzy previously. A 4K in the previous round, and once again in this half too. Fuzzy runs it up, and Charlotte's look quite nice as right now. Your rifle? Yeah, for Pichu though. Okay.
Yeah, nice stuff from Charlotte. Their pistol rounds have looked very good thus far. I really liked their strategy there. You can, when you play into a comp like Winthrop's, you know they're going to try something, right? So Charlotte, just wait the first 10 seconds of the round. Hey, okay, I don't see them anywhere. Hey, they're not in mid. All right. Hey, they're not at B. Hey, we're just going to B. Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's all right. Cool.
Really, the only thing that could have gone wrong is if Skyproof had the favorable timing instead of Fuzzy. But because Fuzzy gets it, like that just becomes almost a borderline unlosable round.
Don't miss it.
Speaking of unlosable though, this is one of the situations where they have every gun weapon advantage available. Should be completely in their favor, and yeah, within a matter of seconds, the round is over. And this is what Winthrop, this is the round where they have to make a stand.
It really does feel like now or never. It's rifles for them, but they're up against a really strong bonus too. I mean, that's 2 Bulldogs and 2 real rifles, a Vandal and a Phantom. This is a tough round for Winthrop. They need to get through it very cleanly. Now, they're not going to gamble stack anymore with these rifles. They're going to spread out, but I'm interested to see how does this comp actually hold space? Like, it's easier to do when you have the Vice and the Viper and, you know, all these different things. But really, it's just the Omen that can put smokes down to hold space. Everybody else is working pretty dry.
I mean, currently they're deciding to just triple or quad stack a lot of these angles to, you know, make sure that Charlotte can't actually push up against them. And so far, one has been more than fruitful case this time, again popping up. Taking away 2, and alongside Hollywood. Oh, Paul, you asked for the whole space. They just shoot them, so that works too.
Hey, you don't need to hold space if you can just run at them, right? I mean, it works in that round at the very least. I'm not sure how many rounds Charlotte are just going to kind of sit in mid and let Winthrop throw out flashes through smokes into them, though. It feels like more of an anomaly. At least I hope it's going to be more of an anomaly.
I would think differently, honestly, because the way they're positioned. Because look,
you know, it does look like they're going back to mid.
Yeah, Hollywood's by mid, and again they're holding the same angle with Yoden as they do. I'll wait and I'll see.
I'll find you.
I mean, an Odin of their own.
Bro, what engaging Valorant gameplay. 2 Odins spamming each other from across the map.
I was about to say, they're just counter spamming each other, so they're not necessarily able to find anything of value, but it took, you know, one of the members of Winthrop on the other side to go up and at least pop one.
Honestly,
and again, yeah.
The real problem for Charlotte hasn't even been the Odin. They're sneaking around it fine. It's been Hollywood. Hollywood has been an assassin from A-Link right now. And you know, I mean, you know he's going to be playing there. Oh, nice timing.
Okay. That was
It's fine.
almost really bad. It's okay. He gets takes out the assassin by getting his own backstab, and they'll use the paranoia to allow them to get in the sight. The flash will clear the corner, and he's now left up running back, so they have to be wary of it. They gotta shoot this out, but it's still managed to get the value. One still taken. Now K-Stone's with the rest of the Mar. Still stuck with a 3v3, Fuzzy and Peach, who have been the savers of previous games, but this time will not be the case. No case again, alongside Skyproof to pop off in a 1v2. A spray with Jay. Disgusting here. And he's got it before, he just sprays it this time. No. What happened?
No!
What? Did he flash himself?
No, there was no flash on that Phoenix. Oh, Case. Shake off the it's got to be like playoffs nerves or something. This game pace has been so high. Like, your adrenaline gets pumping, your hands start shaking just a little bit. Oh man, that's gonna come back to bite Winthrop if they can't manage to pull this back. That round was theirs for all intents and purposes, but now they're back to an eco.
Yeah, we gotta look forward to the next this time. Skypoof currently trying to hold Pixel and see if he can possibly pick off one. But currently, though, similar positions as previous rounds, but this time no one mid as there's no powerful weapon to hold it. It's just Hollywood and Case playing very far forward. They've been good about finding these picks previously, but currently Charlotte's quite spread out.
And look, that one frag is gonna haunt Case, but let's be very clear, Case has been doing a phenomenal job.
Great.
Is top fragging for a reason, is farming these run it back absolutely insanely. Was the only reason that Winthrop were even in that round to begin with. Now Neat, nice pick on a Fuzzy. That's not a recoverable rifle, so Neat needs to get another. Here come the reinforcements for Charlotte. The rotate's coming in from Winthrop too. If Charlotte wait too long, this is gonna be more than they bargained for.
Yeah, there are almost 3 on site here currently as Neat does back off and allows them to get solid control on the site for now though. As they get the spike down, watch the rest of them come in. Case gets one by mid.
Oh no.
This is a 5v3. This is a very doable round suddenly. Bear in mind, it is a save as well too. They don't know where Neat is at all. He can backstab and kill the rest of them as all them in one by one, but he waited a bit too long. Siege gets the rest of them up top. He's swinging time, then his team just dies. Skypoof last one left, and that was unfortunate.
I mean, really nicely done by Charlotte to keep their heads on swivels there. Being completely surrounded by that, even when you have the weapon advantage, can be incredibly nerve-wracking. But Pichu does a great job holding the players coming from mid. Ruda with the perfect timing as well onto Neat, who, like you said, waited just a little bit too long. I understand, like, wanting to wait for that timing, but at a certain point, like, the noise needs to be made by the players without the rifles, and just didn't quite happen that way. Now, Winthrop with one more chance, but it's 11 for Charlotte, and Winthrop, if they lose this round, will be broke, and it'll be map point for Charlotte.
You gotta do something, yeah, but it has to be an unfortunate peek from Echo. It's not ready, but okay. That suddenly makes things a lot more plausible. Right, Fuzzy falls well to in the back end of that. Have to commit the nightfall to see what the rest of them are actually holding with Pichu. Gonna find the timing as he go towards spawn, but the rest of them definitely don't expect this either. As they're looking to move through and around what the rest of the teams are holding. Forcing Neat to back off, giving them the sight, but he can just re-peek. This doesn't necessarily matter. Pichu just takes them in 2v2.
Pichu's positioning was huge there now. A very winnable round for Charlotte. I mean, Jay is in the god spot. Ruda and Jay should have a near unbreakable crossfire here. Does Skyproof even have any flashes to try and clear this? I don't think so.
One enemy remaining.
No, not Skyproof. Case.
Yeah, Case. I mean, it's just
no.
perfect.
So close.
Yeah,
Nice
like you're
done.
saying. It's just so hard because they just can't find anything there, like you're saying, and like, and the crossfire they have set up. So even if he does have a flash, like he's positioned so far up, the flash doesn't really hit him either too. So
Yeah, exactly. Like Flash, maybe you can clear one side and then like tentatively get in. No, once you give away complete like back hollow control on B, it's so difficult to retake as defenders from that spot.
That works.
So critical that you maintain that. And Winthrop now, I mean, whoa, that's not the best economy I've ever seen. At least there's a tour de force coming out to give it a little bit of help.
sound like a little dude's character.
Little boy.
Yeah, I'll leave them. Like smoke to push them off here, there. And, overdrive, he's tagged Skypoof, takes away one, he's just been dumped into util. Overdrive actually forces him, he takes out his gun, has enough time, and the rest of Winthrop are overpowered completely by Charlotte. With just Case left in 1v5. Hey man, I've seen miracles before, so prove God is real here.
And now position is given away. One flash.
One shot. But not clean enough,
Attackers win.
unfortunately. A flawless, once again from Charlotte, to take the game and the round as we have made some adjustments. I see. For my
Dude.
camera not working. That's
Your head's
okay.
so shiny. I like it.
Dude, you know what's crazy? Is that
Yeah.
this is taken from a filter that on a camera, but It just so happened that the light hit the perfect angle.
Oh man. Perfect angles abound as Charlotte was able to use a lot of the. I don't know. I was trying to transition back to the game.
That's okay. Yeah.
Shining. I feel like I'm in the SpongeBob movie, you know? No, an excellent map from Charlotte all around. I mean, they played their defense exactly how they needed to. They got 2 pistols, 2 leads, and they just, I mean, the tempo was just insane on that match. I thought, you know, looking at like the Waylay Phoenix comp, it's like, oh, well, we're going to just outpace you. We're going to run at you, and you're not going to be ready for that. And Charlotte, we're just like, oh, you think you can run faster than us? Huh? Watch this. And just sprint in with the neon, the fade. I mean, it was absolutely nuts. What an entertaining first map of Valorant to give Charlotte a lead here, Ravish.
Indeed, it was. As we look at the stats between the two, naturally, you know, Case popping off again, 18-17 has had some huge hero rounds, but on the other end, right, Ruda does 4Ks, or dare I say 8s on, you know, a lot of these pistols and gun rounds. It really stacked up for him, yeah.
I mean, it was Ruda in so many huge moments, right? Like, so many of the rounds where it looked like Winthrop had some, like, good advantages. Ruda was coming up with nasty plays out of just nowhere and swinging out, getting 3, 4 all the time. And Case was doing something very similar on the other side of things, but just didn't quite have that same level of consistency that Ruda had to see, it seems.
Yeah, exactly that. Now the thing is, though, is what we should also address is that, look, my head is very shiny, and if you look at it too long, your eyes might go blind, because gamers, your eyes are taking a beating out there, but Buy Blue Light has you covered. Their premium blue light glasses keep you sharp, focused, and ready for victory without the eye strain. Level up your game and protect your vision. Check Buy Blue Light today. Official eye care partner of the NECC BYE Blue Light.com. Thank you for listening, and to my very shiny head, protect your eyes. We'll see you all back here in just a little bit. See you soon.
Was you kinda numb to the feeling? Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months and I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Not that you're gone. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Laying on my floor, thinking about all the things that we've been through. From 24/7 to pretending like I never met you. No, it's all for the best, 'cause I know we're a mess every time we're together. Going out of my mind, and I wish I could lie, tell you that it gets better. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months where I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months and I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to.
One, two, three, four. You're just another one hit wonder, that's what everyone sees. Ain't it funny how you wanna be the best, but you can't even get up and get dressed? Wasted, face it, you're never gonna make it. Rockstar, you won't get far. And I know you're confused. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be. Wanna go to outer space, superhero in the streets. Oh man, what a lie, what a time to be alive. How have I survived? Life's a battlefield, 1974. I think I'm going insane. I'm feeling crazy. Can't get it out of my head. Oh no, if the devil inside takes hold, then I just might wind up dead. Wasted, face it. You're never gonna be the one. Rockstar, you won't get far. At least you had fun. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be, a king or a queen, as long as you got a dream. Oh no, it's a lie, they just wanna take your life, try to tell you it's a battlefield. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be, wanna go to outer space, superhero in the street.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome back. It's me again. It's yeah, it's not just my head. I know. Whoa, what's happening? Oh my!
Oh man, what a lie, what a time to be alive.
Oh,
Dude,
I was
did
that was
Charybdis
scared
show
for a
up?
second.
What just happened?
Dude,
Okay, we're good.
Does the rapture
Dude, we're
look
having
like?
a great night.
Dude, that's what the rapture looks like. It's just a scene transition. From your eye.
Dude, could you imagine if one of us was just gone after the scene transition? It's like, oh my word.
Come back, dude. Like,
Oh boy. We're back with more Valorant, folks. We saw map number 1. It was Charlotte versus Winthrop Academy Garnet. Charlotte taking a commanding lead on their own map pick. We're gonna bring this back to Valorant. I'm gonna pull us by the collar and get us there, Ravish. Oh boy.
we're gonna do it.
And that
yeah.
map was, I think, very important for the long life of the series too, because I think this was when you were having some internet issues earlier, but I was talking about Winthrop Academy Garnet's previous records. They've let Corrode through a lot of times. They've played it a lot, but it's always kind of an indicator to how their series goes. When Winthrop let Corrode through and they win it, that's usually a series that they win. When they let it through and they lose it, usually they don't quite manage to eke out the series. The 2 losses they had, Corrode was let through, and those were decisive maps for the other team. And this was a decisive map for Charlotte, to be sure. So now as we go over to Haven and we continued the Phoenix for Winthrop, the double duelist Phoenix now with the Neon instead. I mean, we're gonna have to see something pretty magnificent from Winthrop to give me some hope for a long series.
Hey, look at what Charlotte has.
Yeah, the Vito.
That's they're just bringing that in. Man, just right away, double duelist Vito alongside Omen, and then there's Sova naturally. The only real kind of initiator that people are playing, that or Sky, because it's all that's left to. And it is going to be interesting how they utilize Sova. This is post-patch, remember. So they're going to probably have, are they going to save Dart for middle? Are they going to start A lobby right away? Are they not going to use it at all? Like, it's just going to be a question mark for how the agent is using the less though.
Yeah.
Hey, man. I'm down for Phoenix, right? Go, you know what? Bring back Breach, bring back Jet. Let's just do full 2020.
Let's just do 2020. Yeah. We just
Vision
throw
Strikers.
back 5 years. Oh man, yeah, the Sage. Oh my word. No, I don't think we're not quite doing that right now. Breach is not in a very good spot, which I think is why you see Winthrop experimenting a little bit with what flashes to bring here instead with the Phoenix maybe. Now, keep in mind, it's not going to be as easy for Case to farm a lot of these orbs. Winthrop starting off on the attack. The C orb is doable. The A orb is a little tricky to get to, though, so they're going to have to invest quite a bit if you want to see that same pace of run-it-backs. I mean, on the last map, they were getting tons of them. Case had, I think, 3 run-it-backs in the first 7 rounds. It was crazy.
Exactly, yeah. And that was off of the back of him just like you're saying, just walking in, being made space from the way, like getting 2 to 3 almost every single time, and just phenomenal clutches. So aside from a couple unfortunate rounds, we'll see if he can continue his streak of run it back, because Ruda's got to run out of there, bro. Jay getting the first up, Hollywood not taking away, not being able to make space for the team. And now in a 4v5, they'll have to retake here.
Spike planted.
I mean, just all utility is available for Charlotte, though, so...
Ouch.
Well, Pichu going down early is a little bit tough. I was going to say if there ever was a doable retake, it's this one, but now they all have to flood out the same angle.
I'm considering it'll be on Case first up. But he sees him. He's just, oh no. But it's fine. Echo gets his trade, so we're okay at least. Fuzzy takes one back in the 2v2. He's not left here. It's neat, and Fuzzy and the rest of them to clean up, and finally Case gets his. Boy, that was lucky.
Yeah, nicely done at the end there. Good crosses, Winthrop using their util properly, and they'd saved those flashes, so Case was able to punish the defenders as they were walking onto the site. Yeah, I mean, Pichu dying in heaven there really is the tough spot. You want your jet to be able to drop out of heaven. It's one of the few characters that can just exceptionally safely drop out of heaven. Maybe if you had gotten like the Yoru flash alongside of it, could have been a very doable retake. But now Winthrop get their first pistol of the series, so there we go.
And remember, they're on attack again, right? And now double duelists can definitely flex, depending on the situation for Haven. But this is where, again, same situation where they have to make sure they have a strong first half. They can't just let the game be tugged away from them bit by bit. Sees the make first contact, not ready, and somehow lives. Impressive stuff, but Fuzzy will also have to get out of there too, barely surviving.
Yeah, just a lot of damage that Charlotte are taking early here. Quite a few sheriffs, so like, if you can get something on these long angles, maybe, but it feels like an even more difficult retake than the last one at this point. Plus, like, the Omen is still on the other side of the map, so they're either going to have to wait so that they can get the paranoia or go early, and look at this stack back site.
They'll also have flash and dart being set up too, and the Fuzzy now gone. There's the flash, and the Trime is just being derived and pulled away from them as they're being picked off one by one. There's Neat with 2 of his own, as Ruda takes a singular, make that a double.
Hey.
And Jay also finds his. Somehow he wins that, and a round that seemed complete in their control slipped away from them bit by bit, but luckily Neat is still alive, and time has gone away from them, leaving with a 4K and barely clutching the round.
Between this and the round we saw from Pichu on Corrode, I'm learning that Charlotte are just unbelievably deadly when the round is already over, effectively.
Yeah.
Like, when they've lost the round and can just play exits, they get those exits. I mean, this is not even really a bonus anymore for Winthrop.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's the good old college try, I'd say, right? Where they have some options for picks, but for Charlotte, it seems like it doesn't necessarily even matter for what they may or may not have, because they're down to just run it in with sheriffs and stingers as well too. But unless right now for Winthrop, they'll play it safe. They'll actually scope out for you still. Don't find much yet though. But I like Fuzzy on this angle. Won't find anything just yet.
Enemy kill.
Ouch.
Ooh, nice shot. Now things get really difficult for Winthrop. They know that there's an outlaw in mid. They don't even want to consider that section of the map anymore, but Pichu could also easily rotate off towards C or A. And with the deep position from C's, I mean, Pichu kind of has just the run of the map right now. Ruda's going to be able to calm. Hey, early. Guys, they're sprinting up onto A. Somebody come over and help me, please. Whoa!
Okay.
Down A.
He'll get his one at least up against almost 4 of them that were there running at him, so...
Dude, Ruda swings like a maniac.
Yeah, he does not care at all, but...
Dude has never seen a smoke he didn't want to take a fight through.
And Jay's never seen a duelist he did not want to shoot in the head, so... It allowed them to take 1 second swing there. C's along the side, trying to set up a crossfire, but Case not stuck between 2, and beautifully done from Charlotte as they get there first.
Yeah, considering Winthrop really only had a Bulldog going into that round, I mean, they get a plant, that is fine for them. Charlotte were expected to win that, and they get out with 3.
Yeah.
Well, they sucked.
So, a shockingly normal round, considering the 2 teams that we are working with. Now we're going to have rifles up for everybody, though. This is where I expect a little bit more of that tempo, let's say, that we saw on map number 1. Although Winthrop thus far have been surprisingly tame in the early rounds. They're not full sending it A or B or mid. Like they're not. They're really playing for the information and to see if Charlotte will go searching for anything with their bodies. Keep in mind now that Sova is nerfed, it is much harder for defenders specifically to get that information. There's no like mid-round dart that you can throw out to try and see if they're A long. You have to just trust what angles you're holding.
Or, like you said, you put your body on the line.
Or you put your body on the line.
Yeah. And Puchu does exactly that. Gets spotted by the turret. And can't get in the back here though. Fuzzy, I believe, did notice a leg at least. So they'll play it safe and move back into the sites, allowing themselves to at least play 2 on.
Joke's
And
over.
leave the angle open. There is running back to get into the fast lane. TP at least forward though, and Fuzzy can't actually manage to find his way out of this, unfortunately. Leaving them in a 3v4 up top. I believe he just saw the end of the Omen. Jumps down, sees. That was a choice that he made. And it leaves them now in a 4v2.
I mean, just as bold as we can possibly get with every swing from Charlotte players right now. Like, Ruda's into the fast lane last round, and then C's just like, yeah, my team isn't ready. Whee! like, dude was thinking he would kill 3 there. A bit ambitious, dare I say. Now there's really no way Charlotte can get back into this round.
Yeah, they're just stuck, especially with the judge in their hands, right? They should be just a 3-1 start here for Winthrop. But they're open before, especially on their map pick, right? As they need every single round they can get, especially on the attacking half, to maintain their advantage. Nonetheless, for now, though, it'll leave them, you know, looking to back off and save their guns. A smart choice.
And I will say, compared to last map, I actually do enjoy the Phoenix on defense quite a bit more on Haven. There are a lot of angles where the curveball is still useful compared to a map like Corrode, where it can be really difficult and you're really just relying on tight corners and like trying to hit your shots in fights. There are like tactically sound places for the Phoenix to play and just hold angles on Haven. Garage is really nice for that. B is really nice for that. Sewers is really nice for that. So I think while it is still very much an attack-sided comp for Winthrop, they're a little bit more flexible on that defense. So early success is just even better for them here.
Exactly that. So, and for Winthrop as at this point, though, although no early picks have been given away necessarily, it's been off the back of the Charlotte not be able to stop a lot of the Russians, and they've been opting in to go for swings again, just get ones. As Ruda, exact same thing, right? Gets his one, will fall back here, but this is big. 2 here will be massive. Jade not spotted, but Spike at least dropped though. So now they have a pressure point they can choose to defend. And the rest of the team converges beautifully.
Jay with the cheekiest smoke in the rattiest spot I think I've ever seen. Smoking off Sewers in a way that it just looks like bad smoke, right? But it's actually Jay hiding in the corner outside of the smoke. That's absolutely nuts. I'm gonna steal that for my ranked games. That's so wild. Like you never clear that. In what world do you go and clear that corner while your team is execing on site? Like you just don't.
Yeah, you just don't think, because then, but then bro's in the corner. I was hiding. Wrong game. But once again, we converge back into what we got here. Ruda Eldo opting in to use the early dart, actually gets a spot onto Hollywood. The rest of the team's also gonna run at them too. I don't believe he's part of the rest, but still, Winthrop looking to run into A.
Yeah, it's not gonna work 2 rounds in a row, Jay.
I mean,
They are wise to it now.
yeah, I mean, but you gotta try it, right?
Hey, you were saying good old college try.
Exactly, indeed. But with Vito activating his own ultimate as well too, let's see the top, and unfortunately with no cover at all too, he'll also fall. 2 picks given away. Now Ruda next up. He's been good about just swinging, getting his 3.
Spike down A.
Ridiculous 2 comp with the util out, not being able to defend the rest of them. Almost to 4K. And it's 2v1. Here's Neat though. In a corner, time working against it with 40 seconds, and Fuzzy to get the final. Damn.
Dude, that's why Ruda goes for those swings. That's why Ruda takes every single fight. Because in fights, Ruda has absolutely no right getting even one. Dude gets 3 sometimes. Everybody had their util out there. No, in no world do you anticipate somebody swinging there. Right now, the story of the defense for Charlotte is just how weird can we play? How unexpectedly can we play and catch Winthrop off their guard? I mean, absolutely nuts.
It is crazy as well that it is the initiators and the senties that are top frag as well on Charlotte's side. Not even the duelists, right? But because of how strange this game has been, but at least he's looks to put himself a bit higher on the board. Not bear in mind it is a save, right? So you're hoping to get as much as you can on Winthrop side.
I mean, Pichu's on the Jet and has played the most normal Valorant, possibly out of all 10 players in the lobby.
Which is a sentence that you don't expect to say a lot.
Exactly.
But you know, he's being a normie, which we do appreciate. But allow them to at least walk in, flash both corners, so clear sights. But from here, they'll check towards the back end. Fuzzy. Yeah. Don't love that from him, but at least with C's along the ends, we'll be able to clear the rest of them. And they one in each corner, so everybody takes your pick.
Dude, these teams just love to shoot at each other. Like some games of Valorant are like, oh, 2 experienced IGLs playing tactical 4D chess with utility and timings and information. And some games are just like, hey guys, I found out where they are. Come over here so we can shoot them.
Yeah.
Now we have
COD,
8
bro.
ults across these 2 teams ready for this next round. I hope y'all bought those blue light glasses because you're gonna need some eye protection. This is gonna be a busy round.
Can't wait to show Cadel this round and just have him freak out. The rest, see which one of them is casting a spell. But and there's the first ult of the game. That's one. He still takes a pick, gets guy move. Ridiculous. The second also taking the Fuzzy. Managing to find the final before getting taken away by the giant space laser. And leaving Pichu with a shorty to try and peek. No way, I thought that was illegal if he gets that. Yeah, I thought he actually almost had that, but dies to a right click. Again, a ridiculous mechanic in this game. And leave them now with just one in case look, it pops off in the round and keeps Winthrop even.
I mean, the saving saving grace there in that round was undoubtedly the Hunter's Fury, right? Not only does it get rid of Fuzzy, who was already popping off and anchoring the site really well, but also it gets the information on Pichu. It gets the information that Winthrop need in order to be able to exec onto that site confidently, and they're like, hey, we actually can take the front of the site, and then that sets Case up to flashback site with the curveball and find a good timing onto Ruda. 4-4 right now. That feels right, but also I feel like I've watched 30 hours of Valorant in the last 3 rounds.
Yeah,
Like,
it's been crazy, dog.
They've been.
Yeah, it's been kind of nuts. It's because considering all these rounds have been like 30 seconds. I think map 1 was like half an hour, by the way, mind you. like that flew by, and especially, and it wasn't even like it was, you know, like a blowout. But
No.
this is also making case for at least a bit of a slower round, if anything. But also
Players on A too. Winthrop have to be careful here.
Yeah, and or they can just run and swing at them and win each fight every single time. Now it's C's turn to fight. He is spotted. He does have dimensional drift if he wants to use it. Let's see what the rest of the team is, and it's a 3v4, so I would not mind that out of him, but he has to just get out of the ult. He can use the dimensional drift to get out of the ult too, but it's fine.
Dude, this is the kind of game we've been watching. I legitimately thought Fuzzy was going to leap out the smoke to try and stop the spike. That's the kind of Valorant. Like, what is that from C's?
Oh my god, he just runs through and he
That's unreal.
Wait.
That's unreal.
He used the dimensional drift at the end as a distraction and to just mess with them. And Fuzzy cleans up the rest.
Through the literal fire and flames and takes Case down somehow. Just absolutely unreal.
Could you play the song on Guitar Hero? Like on Expert?
No. No, I could not.
Yeah, me neither, dog.
Oh boy, I'm shocked. We get a timeout in this series. I thought these teams were too eager and rearing to go, man.
Timeouts are allowed in the series? I didn't even know.
Ooh, okay,
Oh, wow. I just saw all of his teeth.
Yeah, all the teeth there was kind of crazy.
Jesus Christ, bro. That guy has veneers, man. Damn.
Ravish, I'm so glad you're here with me, man. No,
Man, this is crazy. Thanks, bro.
Observer, we don't need to see the teeth anymore. It's okay. Oh,
That's
oh,
okay.
the brain? We get to see how big Vito's brain is?
Hey, you know it's snowing here in Toronto? It's been snowing here past 2 days.
I believe it. I mean, it's November. And you're...
I'm pretty sure.
Did you know it's not snowing here in Arizona?
Do you guys get snow in Arizona? Do you guys have climate in Arizona?
It's in Flagstaff?
Okay, so you say you're in Arizona, right? Would you mind leaking your exact address?
Yeah, it's 1-1.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, tactical pivot here for Winthrop will be, or the strategic pivot rather, for Winthrop will be. They've been focusing a lot on the A side of the map. It seems like that calm was, hey guys, C worked really well for us. It's where the duelists play instead of their initiators and the people with like util that can really hard stop us. So maybe we go back to C, but you will go into it out. Okay.
Okay. That's the kind of autumn level shot calling I love to see.
No way.
1, 2, 3. Just line him up, knock him down. But 3 of me side 2. But it's still a 2v1 by the end of this. He's done this before. He could do this again. He has to know where the rest of them are, and he has to plant. But he has a minute and 15 seconds.
Yeah, Jay with the really quick flank there. No way you see that coming as neat.
Bro, I just love that, like, instead of, guys, don't rush A. Let's go C instead.
Yeah, and then C's hides in a corner.
Yeah, C's hides on C's. Dude, who would have thought, man?
Oh.
Ah.
Wordplay.
Ah, thank you. I have big cheeks.
Dude, are Winthrop just gonna rush B this time?
Wait, because they're not a save though, so I would have doubted this. This would be so
Actually, doing
far.
this on a save is fine, now that I think about it. There's only 2 rounds left in the half, by the way. And what was a competitive half can very quickly fall by the wayside if Pichu's hitting shots like that.
This first shot previously, Hollywood is jumping at them and to bait for Skypoof. Hey,
Dude, Hollywood's playing hopscotch instead of Valorant, dude.
bro, my man is actually jumping on it. It's crazy, bro. Just like right through the round, gets one more. They get the tag here too, so they stop the plants, but they have guns this time. They just don't see. They just don't see C's. And Pichu uses ult.
This is cool. I'm having so much fun here, Ravish.
This is. I mean, I said this before. I said this last map. This is great.
This is good. This is good old fashioned. What if we had 2 Paper X's in collegiate that just ran at each other?
Dude,
Kind of
Chinese Valorant looks like this all the time.
There we go. That's what it is.
Yeah. We're watching VCTC.
It's collegiate Paper X versus collegiate EDG.
Yeah. And I'm Kong Kong because I want to be.
I feel like that's the second time we've cast NECC together and you wanted to be Kong Kong.
He's got the goat, but dude, he hits aura farms, man. He's so
He
cool.
does aura farm.
Yeah. And also, I've heard he's super nice guy. So,
Dude, if Jay gets something out of this cheeky corner here, I
no
might
way.
have to leave.
no, I think he does it. I mean, he hears all
They're
these
not clearing it.
footsteps. They're not clearing it. No way, he's gonna wait. Oh no, the ult. Oh wait, it runs out. Oh, he runs out of them. Dude, I thought for sure he would have been able to kill them. You know, personally, if I'm Jay, I wait for the ult to run out, kill him, and then everybody else. Or I let Pichu just do that.
There's
There's a
plenty of
crossfire
time
zone.
here. All Pichu has to do is be careful of the player on long.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know he's there. Yeah.
No.
He cleans him up. A 7-5 half.
Unreal that we've like come out of first halves on both these maps with 7-5.
Yeah. And Charlotte has somehow still been ahead.
Yeah,
some
actually,
way.
that is kind of a problem for Winthrop because, like I was talking about, like their comp is better on the defense here than it was on Corrode at least. But it's still a very attack sider comp. And not only did they get the pistol, but they got the pistol and only clawed out 3 actual rifle rounds after that. So Charlotte are in an excellent position. If Charlotte get this pistol, we might be hitting the hay pretty early tonight.
I mean, You know what? I don't want that. I want all 3 maps. I want
I
to be
want
able
to see
to.
Bind. I want to see these two teams explode on Bind.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. I want to see things explode on Bind.
No charges left.
But we'll see things explode here on the pistol round first, though. As you know, quick take on A, full retake coming out for the rest of Winthrop, though. They've done this previously, but they've allowed themselves to just have themselves be overtaken. So they'll have to watch almost every single angle. Heaven is up first to see who drops down previously, but they have crossfire set up on both sides. No one's watching main, but they don't need to. Never mind, C's is there, so everything is fine. And now comes in the hit as well. They'll run in, flash, to take 1. Never mind, flash runs out, Pichu runs out, takes 2 more, 1 more fall, and there wasn't even a chance. It did not matter.
Yeah, again, the Heaven control is pivot control for an A retake, especially on a pistol round.
Yes.
Hollywood, I think, plays that a little bit too passively for my liking. I would like to see jumping out, then up in it, and hoping to find the players playing further back on site. I think when you're on the neon, you need to go and make that for your team. And it becomes pretty much impossible for Winthrop to actually all filter out of A-Link at that point.
Revealing area.
Exactly that. Now, Early Dato at least traded on both these sides and both of them shot away, so they should know that should be rushing and coming right onto A. But with this, they all managed to get the right on time, but into Ruda and sees spots them both through the smoke, daps them on, said Konichiwa and Mina Slimes. Just takes them both. Leaves Skypool.
Spike planted.
Okay. Skypool's not going to be able to get much done here.
Yeah,
and then it's going to be 9-5 for Winthrop. And it's going to be a very healthy bonus, too.
Team ace.
And a teammate as well. So
this is starting to look a little bit dicey for Garnet. The question I have for them is, how do you even play this next round? Because it's been 2 very fast A takes from Winthrop from Charlotte. And Winthrop's comp, the only player that can hard stop a take like that is your Killjoy. It's just Skyproof, and you almost always want your Killjoy to start off on C. It's the site where Killjoy is far better. So what can Winthrop do to slow down Charlotte's pace?
I mean, the thing is, again, it's their comps, like, you know, it has more than enough to be able to at least scope out early bait util and perhaps even, you know, get a pick if they can find where they're at, but they're just all stacked up and ready to fight every single time. Charlotte is just playing like psychos, dude. They don't care. They're just down to run at them no matter what. And look, watch him swing. See, look, he could have died. It didn't matter. And he does die, thankfully. Okay, cool. We're punishing them. This is great. Winthrop, I like this. Let's do more of that. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Okay. Great.
That really does have to be the tactical adjustment from Winthrop. They're playing an aggressive comp. They want to swing, but it'd be far more favorable for them to try and play off of Charlotte's timing. Charlotte also, I mean, just by the nature of their team, not even necessarily their comp, want to get in Garnet's face. And if Winthrop can continually show that same level of discipline they showed in this round, when how they take their fights, things go very well. But if they try and rush out mid, like Case did at the very beginning, I think they're going to have a hard time.
Man, and this is where they, once again, we've been exactly saw before in the same map. On last map. It was 9-6. They got the pistol. They just, again, we're here, bro.
Look at this positioning. That is 3 players mid, 1 player A long, just for info, and then, of course, your C anchor. This is nutso stuff. Like, 3 players are just going to shoot each other in mid right now.
Yeah, and somehow it only ended up being a 1-for-1 after the end of all of that too. And previously, they'd chosen to pivot through garage to try to get into C, but this time they instead choose to go back and going through C long. Right?
This is actually a huge pivot from Charlotte. Not just rushing headlong, realizing that there were more players there, and taking a breath on the map. Winthrop, to play so aggressively in mid, had to cluster around the middle of the map. So much of this map is dark, and like you said, new Sova, it's very hard to get the info back. Look, I mean, Winthrop are convinced it's A, and it's not.
Here.
That Skypoof has to be ready for this. Sees a jump spot, manages to get out though, but the rush he knows is coming right in. finds it and pops
Nice.
one. Rufa just managing to run at them. Says Moshi, what's good, bro? Just takes two. And now with C being opened up again, it's fuzzy to watch the angle through C Link. They have no idea he's here. He could just take this, but C's with the first strike and leaving Echo alone to save his gun. This is getting rougher by the second.
Dude, watching Ruda play the timing there, trying to catch Skyproof, and being the entry while C's is TPing and Pichu is like coming up, like watching the jet behind the Sova, it just goes to show how much Charlotte love to fight. Like they don't care who's going first. They're gonna go out and clear some space.
Bro, his eye looks like a button, dog. You know, like the ones from Coraline?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The other mother and father? Yeah, man.
Dude, I love that movie, but I read the book first when I was a kid. The book gave me nightmares.
Dude, imagine reading as a kid, loser.
Yeah, it's why I can tell one game from another, Ravish. I know this is Valorant instead of League of Legends.
That's why you also have no friends, right? Shut up.
I mean, that's also true.
Wait,
all right, back in
now
the
I feel
rounds.
bad.
This is an important round. This is a swing round, man. This is a swing round.
Well, let's swing right
Winthrop
into
have
it,
to
then, shall
win this,
we?
or their series might be over.
You're right. This is important. Good luck back in. The dark shot out the Skyproof again. Less all alone, but the dimensional drift spots him and only him as he moves to see Link to see the rest of them. Neither just in time as well, but there's the issue. Is that with C's now also not take it away, this pressure on C Long is now gone, but the rest of the team doesn't necessarily even care. It's Ruder and Fuzzy to find the rest. They swing out to double. And it's Jada left to the 2v1. He goes right to the back and Echo's there. The wall bang is beautiful because he sees the rest of him. He has the angle and just a little bit off. Echo saves Winthrop.
Man, Neat has been such a clutch player for Winthrop. I mean, also is quietly top fragging in this map across both teams, despite the fact that Winthrop were previously down 4 rounds and now down 3. Neat is just absolutely nuts. The fact that Neat is able to get into position around the dimensional drift and catch off Pichu to trade out Skyproof, I mean, absolutely nuts.
It is crazy as well that because that entire round you were assuming that the shot may have been able to do it, but they play such aggressive angles. They're just putting themselves in positions where they're, doomed to fall. See 1-by-1s, but that's where they're comfortable and that's where they want things to be. But for now, though, C take and full retake on Winthrop side.
Full retake here, and absolutely no ults other than the From the Shadows, which won't be helpful in this situation. You just have to clear the players out of these angles, and Skyproof already gone. That's tough.
Should note that Need is there as well too. It was Fuzzy moving around. This flank could be massive if he's not spotted. He sees just one. Oh, no. Yikes. Fuzzy now gone. Unfortunately, Hollywood swagged on a bit too hard, but it finally sees him in the corner. They're not on the spike just yet, though, so the Hunter's free a bit early, and they're just gonna push him as well. They can't save him. He's not left alone. One up top, but the Phantom can't spray from that far. Winthrop, round by round.
These rounds are crazy, man. I feel like I need to add 32 gigabytes of RAM to process how quickly these rounds move. I mean, absolutely nuts pace. The fact that Hollywood is able to shut down the flank from Fuzzy, I mean, that should have and could have been a round ender, maybe even a game ender. Again, keep in mind that was a swing round. Both teams had small economy there. It was 2 judges for Winthrop, but now they get a chance to breathe. Now, not much of a chance. We've seen Thrifties, 4 Sheriffs, and a Hero Guardian for Charlotte as they, they're beating their heads against C.
Yeah, they're gonna do it again and again because they're seeing that Skyproof is always the last one here and the only one here. But this time, they're quicker to move at them. Pichu somehow takes them. He moves up top. Jay isn't seen. No way. The entire clip. The entire clip. Jesus Christ, man.
Dude, these players are going for such bold and strange off angles and flanks and timings and TPs that, like, you have to think faster than your hands can move, and it's just so hard to hit these absurd shots. Thankfully, we get a moment. A timeout this time called by Charlotte. They can feel the game slipping away from them. They had a 4-round lead. And Winthrop have clawed their way back into this map. Winthrop's map pick that they have to win to stay in the upper bracket even for just a few more rounds.
Yeah, because they started tilt rushing into C. And
Truly, like, that's what this, like, tack timeout has to be, right? Like, guys, let's not do the same C execute 3 rounds in a row. How about?
Yeah, let's breathe for like 1 second. And honestly, after that, if I'm Omen, I gotta breathe for a second, bro.
It's gonna be a C split as well. You can see the pings on the minimap. Like, they're pinging up through garage. Maybe even a deep C split. I mean, that's a ping into garage window. Are they gonna try and take garage, take C long, and then have somebody late lurk up into like B link or C link rather?
Yeah. We have seen before, but it is a DC standard play, right? But you usually do that with like a Cypher or like some sort of Senti to be able to like just, you know, leave your lurk outside. But I guess they'll likely be fuzzier to be so maybe even just, you know.
Dude, I'm sorry. C's has an Odin.
Yeah, yes, he does.
That's just the clone, but C's has an Odin.
Yeah, a fascinating choice. Top does actually stack them to be all the way inside garage. So takes one, backs off into paranoia. At least allow he repositions. No way, they don't know. They
can't hear it.
Oh my god, this is so massive. They don't want to see Max
Never
to find him.
this.
And he could just stay here. He scoop around, sees one, and just takes the pick. Jay has been known for these extravagant plays on the Omen. Extremely creative, and now Massive find value out of it too, but it leaves them now in a 4v2. A round that they were hoping for off a timeout as well, and they find it.
That's Charlotte really taking that timeout to reset. I love the play from them there, leaving Jay in such a critical position. And I think Jay is one of the few collegiate Omens who, A, would go for that, and B, could go for something like that. I mean, the TP, we saw it in the round previous. It didn't look quite as nice, but right there was perfect off the back of the paranoia. No way you're hearing that. And even if you did hear it, you expect it to be a TP away, right? Like, who in their right mind goes back into garage there? Absolute nuts stuff from Jay. But now, that was the round that they prepped in the tack timeout. It's going to have to be a slight alteration. Winthrop are on a low buy. But Charlotte, what do you have more in the tank beyond that?
I mean, they've got 2 ultimates at least, and then the dimensional drift on the other end. Winthrop have 4, and they're gonna be looking to utilize. I imagine 2 here, because if they smell the retake coming in, I sense a lockdown. And run it back, and there we go. Run it back first hand. Sees them 1-for-1 though, but Skyper this time doesn't actually get pelted. But it's Jay, dude. The difference maker, the Omen, the X Factor for Charlotte.
2v2, still a difficult situation, but the overdrive is available. A well-timed overdrive and a recon dart. I mean, look how low Jay is right now.
He should just play the smoke here as to not get spotted. Not gonna actually see here Hollywood. Look at a peek around here, but like you're saying, 11 health. And he just has to stay the course, wait for the rest of his team. The flash reposition, they're not pelted. Sees Echo, walks around. Hollywood's overdrive is gonna be so dangerous. He has to do this, and it's Jay once again.
Dude, Jay is living rent-free in Hollywood's nightmare. It's absolutely absurd that with, I mean, a tickle, an afterthought from the overdrive, and Jay is sent packing, lasered, disintegrated. But now Charlotte, because Jay was able to tuck so long, to just play mind games against Hollywood inside that smoke like you were talking about. Now it's map match series point for Charlotte. They are 1 round away from the upper bracket semifinals.
The early dart here once again. So, but then she spotted at least around 4 members of Charlotte, all looking to peek through. So it's gonna be a quick rotate in. That lockdown should be imminent. The Hollywood now gone. Not what you necessarily want to have happen, especially with the buy they have here. Bulldogs galore. Echo taken away. The corner cleared out. And there's a lockdown they were talking about. They're gonna at least commit to the plants. And Pichu will be a sacrifice to the rest of the team to get out.
3v4 from the shadows to scout if you can find the timing, but with Case already gone and the Molly not quite landing, Need again has to be a hero.
It's them low health ones across the board at 2v3. Need doesn't spot the second. Does back the double hold on A main.
Still a Hunter's Fury.
And now it's Skypoof. Hunter's Fury, there it is. Attack's barely whiffing, but he sees them in front of him. Skypoof living, sees the laser in front, but he has to defuse time on his side. One more round as Fuzzy to close it once again. Charlotte are going to the upper bracket finals.
There's nothing.
Valiant effort there by Winthrop, especially at the very end. Skypoof nearly extends our series a couple more rounds, but honestly, I gotta give a shout out to both these teams. What an incredible pace of Valorant they played today. I think this is why you can see these teams played so well in their own divisions and only lost out to the best of the best in East A and East B, because only the best teams can play at that tempo of Valorant. And both these teams seem to thrive when the gas was floored, when everything was turned up to 11.
And you can see it on these ends, right? It's the players who were playing almost the fastest. You know, Neat, we're talking about him quietly being up there at 27
Almost
and
drops
50.
30, man.
Jesus,
He
dude.
almost drops 30 in a loss, not even a full regulation loss. Like, absolutely disgusting stuff from Neat.
Yeah.
And there was other players on map 1, right? Like Case and Hollywood were having absolutely frying corrodes, despite the fact that that map doesn't go Winthrop's way either. But at the end of the day, I think those last few rounds really told the tale of the series for me. Charlotte, yes, could play at the high tempo, but they had those moments, especially after that very last tack timeout, where they were able to collect themselves. Yes, sure, we had insane swings out of smokes by like the Sova and you know, absolutely nuts drops from heaven by C's and crazy TP plays from Jay. But at the end of the day, when Charlotte needed to lock in, play as a group, and play a little bit more rigid and defined Valorant, they were capable of doing so.
Exactly that, right? Where it was one timeout, that is all it took, and they were able to collect themselves and put them, you know, clearly right up there and ensure that they went even further and keeping the upper bracket advantages. And you too can make sure that you stay locked in and do your thing, because you want made in Wisconsin, right? It goes great with gaming. At Wenzel's Farm, the legendary Wisconsin meat sticks since 1977. 14 mouth-watering flavors. Meet your heart out. Wenzel's Farm, legendary Wisconsin meat sticks since 1977. What you want, it's what you need, and what we have here was a banger of a day, my friend. I'm excited to be here. I'm glad we got to be here. Yeah. I mean, great day of I must say, Paul, so far, but I think this is unfortunately where our day ends. You know, thank you for being here. Big shout out to observers, our production. And I know you all for watching as well too. Remember, we will have games throughout the week as well too. Including Rivals League, Legends, Rocket League, and so on and so forth. As you want to be here for Rainbow Six, so it's going to be an incredible week to continue forward. So y'all make sure to stick around. We'll see you back here every single day for our playoffs action right here, same time. I've been Ravishing Ravish. Y'all have a good night. Peace.
How have I survived? Life's a battlefield. 1974.
I used to view you as a mountain that I couldn't climb at first. But I've only stumbled over diamonds, and I no longer fear the worst.